Corp Australia will give readers a free 28-day subscription to give the public access to premium content as the coronavirus forces many people into self-isolation. The offering will give readers access to digital news from their favourite mastheads, including the Daily Telegraph, Courier Mail, Herald Sun and the Adelaide Advertiser. For more, I'm now joined by Ben English, the editor of the Daily Telegraph. Ben, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks, Danica.
Firstly, can you take us through this free subscription offer?
Sure. For the next 4 weeks, anybody who doesn't already have a subscription to any of those mastheads you mentioned, the Daily Telegraph, Herald Sun, the Advertiser in Adelaide and the Courier Mail, will be able to get the full suite of our content, all of our content online for free.
And for the next 4 weeks after that, it'll be half price. This is unprecedented, but as we've heard so often, these are unprecedented times, and we need to do what we can and do our bit for the community. We recognise that we have a huge role to play to keep people informed about every big development with COVID-19, and so as a company, we've decided to open up all our channels for free for the next 4 weeks.
Now, digital articles with a clear health focus, they were already accessible to everybody. So why has the decision been made to now expand it to all content?
Well, I think we've very rapidly realised that this is a crisis that has touch points right across the spectrum. Yes, first and foremost, it's a health crisis, but it's also an economic crisis. It's a crisis of having to adapt to a new way of living. And these are the pillars that we are focusing on in our papers every day. We've just launched an 8-page list out 6 days a week called Hibernation. That focuses on those pillars: health, education, jobs, personal finance. We're remaking our sport. There may not be live sport being played every weekend, but we're rapidly adapting our sports coverage to get access to all the players that the fans follow, and to also give tips to kids at home as to how they can keep fit and keep involved. So it's, you're right. We have been running the live blog, which has had a primary focus on what the health decisions that are being made, the announcements that are being made by the Prime Minister and the various premiers, and all the other breaking news. But we realise that this has unlimited touch points, and so therefore we should be giving as many people as possible access to all our content.
Ben, how critical is the news right now? The situation is constantly changing. How important is it to be able to get the information out there quickly?
It is absolutely crucial. We have actually ramped up our team of breaking news reporters and producers because things are happening in real time just so fast. So we've actually completely transformed. Well, we'd actually have a completely virtual newsroom. I was going to say we've transformed our newsroom. Well, it has been transformed. Each and every one of us is working from home, which is history-making in itself. But we've also repurposed a lot of our reporters and producers so that they are actually breaking news and ensuring that it's accurate and that people can trust what they're reading on our website.
And speaking of that, how has it been for you working from home as the editor of a newspaper and putting it together? Take us through your experience.
Yeah, it's a bit of a grind. I think the hardest thing, and I think everyone will be experiencing this, not just a newspaper editor, is how inefficient it is to try and communicate to one message to a lot of people at once. So we're adapting to that as well. We're using the various platforms to get those sort of group chats going. I have to say the most gratifying thing is that all of our journalists, all of our producers, all of our designers, they're just leaning into this. They're rising to the challenge. I'm sure they're all running on adrenaline. I'm hoping that they can keep that adrenaline going for as long as possible. We're just taking this, as everyone else is, one day at a time. But it's absolutely extraordinary how we've basically completely turned our workflow upside down and are now working remotely and getting a newspaper out. I mean, we used to call it the Daily Miracle. It is nothing short of that at the moment.
Absolutely. It's very interesting times for everybody. Now, Ben, you did mention the 8-page lift out Hibernation. Can you give our viewers a bit of a taste of what's included?
Yeah, sure. Look, the focus is on helping people get through their daily lives. It's essentially a survival guide to at-home living as we're going through these extraordinary times. So every day there's a different cover story with advice on how to do various things, be it how to cook from your non-perishable pantry and make it actually edible for your family. We've got brain food. We've doubled the size of our puzzles, 2 pages of puzzles. We've also got extensive education advice for children working from home. So we've got lesson plans that we're putting in daily. And, of course, 2 pages of keeping yourself entertained, albeit podcasts or what you can watch on Fox or anywhere else, free-to-air TV. Every single form of entertainment you can imagine, 2 pages of that every day as well. So it's really a pivot towards a new way of living. And the response we've got from readers has been exceptional.
Certainly a wonderful initiative. And just finally, Ben, how can our viewers find out more about the 28-day free trial?
They can go to our website. We have all the information on there, and you can click on a widget on our website to subscribe immediately. All you need is your credit card. It's free for the first month, and there's actually no contractual obligation. You can drop out after that. So it's an exceptional offer, and we're hoping that as many people as possible who perhaps haven't been subscribers in the past can actually experience everything that we've got to offer in news. And as I said, it's a very wide array of information that can help people cope with this crisis.
Terrific initiative. Editor of the Daily Telegraph, Ben English, appreciate your time. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much.